Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another weekly update on the Wilsonville, Oregon real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, October 16th. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you. So first off, looking at active listing activity. So I show we had 10 new listings come on the market in Wilsonville this past week. You can kind of see how that compares to the prior 8 weeks, kind of towards the upper end of weekly listings. End of the week with 53 homes on the market in Wilsonville, which you can kind of see is a slight high for the 8 weeks. So, but not a ton of variability. You know, we had a low of 46, high of 53. Median list price and days on market for the actives, you can kind of see where that's been had a high of 729, and this last week was actually a low for the 8 weeks at 685,000. So it kind of broke out of the 700s this last week in terms of list price, median list price, and then days on market certainly increased from where it was. It was had a low of 24 days 8 weeks back, got up to 49 days 2 weeks ago. This last week came down a bit, down to 44 days of average market time for the listings in Wilsonville. Moving along to pending sales. This last week we had 6 new pendings in Wilsonville. You can kind of see it's been pretty steady here over the past month in terms of weekly pendings. But you can kind of see the total pendings has definitely been on the decline here. So we had a 55 pendings here about 7 weeks back, and it's just kind of continued to go down. This last week came in at 30 of homes that are actively in pending status. So definitely a slower sales environment over the past couple months for sure. And then median price and days on market for the pendings. You can kind of see it's been creeping up here the past few weeks. It was in a fairly tight range here, but this last week actually broke into the 700s. 728,000 was the median pending price this last week. And then days on market, you can kind of see that's very interestingly has dropped over the past couple weeks. So homes that have been going pending have been going pending quicker than what they were before, which is, you wouldn't expect that, but that's what the numbers are showing. And then lastly, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, we had 7 homes go from pending to sold in Wilsonville this last week. You can kind of see it's been, fairly steady here over this past month, and has not had a lot of variability on a weekly basis, as you can see. And when I look over the prior 4 weeks on every week here, I show we had 32 homes that have sold over the prior 4 weeks. It's the most recent reading. That's down from 36 the week prior. You can kind of see we had a low of 27, high of 39. So kind of, in the middle of that range. Median sold price and days on market information for the sold properties, that has definitely been coming down in terms of the median sold price. We had a high of 710 here about 7 weeks back, and you kind of see it just kind of continued to kind of come down. This last week came in at 575,000 was the median sale price, most recent median sale price in Wilsonville. And then days on market, you can kind of see has been, fairly steady here over the past 4 or 5 weeks now. This last week kind of coming in at 18, up from 14 the week prior. And then finally, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So red bars is that weeks of inventory number we look at. Started off the period at just under 6 weeks of inventory. We had a high of a little over 7 weeks of inventory about 7 weeks ago, and then it's been kind of bouncing a little bit up and down from there. This last week came in at 6.6, so roughly 6 to 7 weeks of inventory as the most recent number, most recent reading, up about a week from the last week's reading. And then the sale price as a percent of the original list price, you can kind of see it's kind of bounced around a little bit, kind of had a high of 96.7% here to begin with.
and we got down to about 94, a little over 94%. It's actually kind of come up the past couple weeks. To the most recent reading was just right at 4% under full asking price. So definitely seeing the effects of price reduction, more price reductions kind of in the market currently than certainly what we experienced earlier part of this year, where things were still selling at or above full asking price. So prices definitely are under pressure, and buyers are able to being a little bit better negotiating position in terms of offer prices these days. But with 6 to 7 weeks of inventory, it's still less than 2 months of inventory. Still not a lot. Kind of looking historically. So still some more sellers market territory, but sellers have got to be realistic on their list price and kind of meeting buyers kind of where things are at right now with interest rates and home prices definitely elevated from what they were. So all in all, it's still a strong market in Wilsonville, but you got to take those factors into account for sure. So I hope that weekly update has been helpful for you. As always, if I can answer any questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. My number is 503-680-2065. If you're watching this video on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. I update these on a weekly basis. It's a great way for you to follow along on what's happening in your local market. So as always, thanks a lot for watching, and hope you have a great day and week ahead, and we will see you on the next video.